Sir,
Yes.
Sir,
shouldn't we multiply frequency in variance?
Yes.
yes, sir, we have to.
Yes, I have to do that. Deviation square multiply by the frequency and addition, that is the numerator. So repeat lower limit, upper limit, midpoint, frequency. Frequency into midpoint, sum of the product divided by sum of the frequency, deviation, deviation square multiplied by the frequency sum, square root of variance, get the answer. This is the answer.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, why are we not simply using the equal to sign? Whenever we equate something.
If it accept, it's good. But this is the general practice for R in the beginning.
Okay, sir.
This is module 1, question number 8. Those who did not work, copy the answer and then work later. Then work later.
Sir, in question number 8, the question asks for coefficient of variation also.
Yes, yes, that I am computing. First of all, arithmetic mean variance and standard deviation. Now, it is asked coefficient of variation, CV, SD upon arithmetic mean. Point 0.280838. If you multiply, you will get percentage coefficient of variation. So my blue answers 24, 45.25, 6.726812, and 0.280838 are the answer of question number 8. Any question? It is a repetition of 7.
Sir,
Yes.
so for variance, I'm getting a warning message that longer object length is not a multiple of shorter object length.
That you have to check your syntax.
So I also got the same thing that the longer object, that
Yes.
thing.
Yes, you check all the syntax. Check all the syntax, see the notation, everything. So, the module 1 introduction is computation of mean, variance, and standard deviation for grouped as well as ungrouped data and function of the data. That's all. That is what our module 1. Now, let us see the question paper of module 2.
So can you once again show the thing? I was copying something.
In module 2, I'm repeating that in question number 1. You have a data and there are several functions, x plus 20, x minus 20, x cube plus 20, x raised to minus 1 plus 30, and for each of the function you have to compute again mean, variance and standard deviation. Question number 2 is cumulative frequency distribution. It is not like module 1. It is cumulative. That is below 10, 11, below 20, 35, below 30, 45, below 40, 60. So first you have to compute classes and frequency like module 1. I have done that in the class. Algorithms are shown on the handout. And I'm going to do third question. I'm going to do question number 3. But question number 3, it is more than cumulative frequencies. So 2 questions and the last question is my work today for module 2. So let us start with the first one. In my data, values are given. In my data, values are given. And the values I typed as in question number 1 in module 1. I computed the mean, variance, standard deviation. That is the first part. Data values, mean value, variance value, standard deviation values, and the output. Got it. First function is x plus 20. Then mean, variance, standard deviation. Second function is x minus 20. And then mean, variance, standard deviation. Third function is cube of x and plus 20, then mean, variance, standard deviation. And finally, x raised to minus 1 plus 30, mean, variance, standard deviation is question number 1. That means repeat the algorithm of mean, variance, and standard deviation for every function of original data. Of original data. Original mean, variance, standard deviation, then function 1, mean, variance, standard deviation, then for function 2, then for function 3, then for function 4. It is not new. It is not new. It is not new. Now question 3, more than cumulative frequency algorithm. So the lower value was 100, 150, 200, 250, 300. Upper values are 150, 200, 250, 300, 350. Lower frequencies 70, 55, 40, 26, 15. Upper frequency 55, 40, 26, 14, 0. From this class, you have the midpoint and the frequency. Question number 2, less than cumulative frequency distribution. And question 3, more than cumulative frequency distribution. In both, you have to find frequency distribution before you compute mean and variance standard deviation as in module 1. As in module 1. And later on, we already have the formulas. We have already the formula. Get the answer. Finished.
Sir, here also in variance you haven't multiplied with the frequency.
Yeah. Yes, you are correct. You are correct. I made a mistake. Okay.
Sir, is it suggesting that we have that high variance in this particular?
221, 7749, 88.
So
So you have
shouldn't
to
the
put F1 in place of
Yes,
F.
it is F1.
Oh, sorry,
Not
F1.
and so the frequency should be upper minus lower, I suppose.
See the variable that I titled, madam. See the notation that I have given. Higher minus lower. 70 minus 55. 55 minus 40. 40 minus 26. 26 minus 14. 14 minus 0. So, this is what my answer. If you want, you can verify your frequency also. Midpoints are 125, 175, 225, 275, 325. Frequencies are 15, 15, 14, 12, 14. And then, as usual, then it is as usual. So this is a repetition of module 1, but data given in a different form. So in module 2 and module 1 together, I have worked for computation of mean variance standard deviation. And the last question also I gave you for to work in a matrix form. There are 3 divisions. Ten students from each division is selected. Marks are noted. At a time, compute mean variance standard deviation for each division. Represent it in matrix form. Either start with row matrix, do the work. Column matrix, do the work. So, in my R, I have here the data. I denote as usual with small a division. I have here B division. I have here C division.
Excuse me, sir. So in the previous question, you when you calculated the deviations, you've used x minus am1. Shouldn't it be x1 minus am1?
Yeah, x1, x1, x1. Yeah, it is correct. It is x1.
Yes, sir, that was I was getting different answer.
It is x1. Yes.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So my earlier question answer will change. I will repeat it now. Yes, this is the answer. So now I am doing question 4. I have A division marks, B division marks, C division marks. I define a row matrix. R stand for row matrix. R bind is the function. Let us see the output. Let us see the output. This is the matrix. Attentive. A, B, C are rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are 10 students. Ten students column. Divisions are rows. Row-wise arithmetic mean. Apply RM1 mean. Row-wise variance RV. Apply RM1 VAR. Row-wise standard deviation. Apply RM1 SD. Now matrix. Answer. Row-wise answer. R bind. R AM. R variance. R SD. Answer. Finished. R stands for row. Row means division. Row means division. So, I have here complete work. Already we have the matrix. So let us get the answer. For each division, we have 3 measures. On this, even I can go for column-wise computation. Column-wise arithmetic mean column-wise variance column-wise standard deviation and the answer also column-wise I can prepare and the output. So
before that you have to change your C answer syntax.
No.
Yes, sir, you have.
See now, see the output. See the output. Matrix is same.
So you have written C answer. In it,
Yes.
when you have written row arithmetic mean and row variance, you have to change.
Matrix is the same.
Sir, so the answer will not change.
Will not change. देख लो, आप देख लो.
Okay, sir.
It is on your screen. Because one of them is transpose of other, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
But sir, where you have written C answer and C bind bracket RAM, RV and RSD, so there you should have written CAM.
Yeah, I understand. Okay.
Yes, sir.
See now? Therefore, it is a repetition. So the matrix form will be always good enough. The matrix form is always good enough to compute your mean, variance, standard deviation. But here, matrix is same, raw matrix. Instead of that, you can repeat it, column matrix, and do the same thing.
So what I think they're trying to say is in the second line, in the second last line of the syntax, we have used RM, RV, and RSD. So shouldn't that be CAM, CV, and CSD?
No.
The second last line.
Yeah. Sorry. I can say CAM, CV, CSD. Yeah, you are correct. So my answer will be reverse way. Reverse way. Each column I compute mean, variance, standard deviation. Each column I compute mean, variance, standard deviation because columns are 10. So there are 10 arithmetic mean, 10 variances and 10 standard deviation. Matrix is RM. Matrix is RM. I repeat, I have a data here. I prepared raw matrix, 3 row. On the same, I computed for the division and I computed for the students. I have computed for the students. Repeat. If I do R, A, and S, I get division wise. If I go for C, A, and S, I get for student wise. Because my matrix is 3 row, 10 columns. Three rows and 10 columns.
So shouldn't it be CM in place of RM?
Matrix is RM.
No, sir. She is asking that in the column syntaxes you have written RM. Like
yes.
CAM apply RM. It should be CM and you forgot to write the C bind. ABC. Sir, because in your C answer, you are getting a matrix of, I guess, 10 cross 3. It should be 3 cross 3 matrix.
No, 3 cross 3 nahi hai.
Sir, but ideally, C answer should come to be 3 cross 3 matrix form, no?
No. My matrix has 3 rows and 10 columns, correct?
Yes, sir.
So 3 arithmetic mean, 3 variance, 3 standard deviation for ABC, correct?
But sir, when we did our answer, we were getting 3 cross 3 matrix in the summary format, but here we are getting something different. Sir,
This
see
is
your
what I
our
am getting
answer.
for our answer.
Yes,
ABC,
sir.
mean variance standard deviation,
Yes,
mean
sir.
variance standard
Then
deviation, mean variance standard deviation. Okay.
yes, sir.
My matrix is column. How many
Sir, but
columns are?
in
Listen. How many
yes, sir.
columns are there in my
Sir,
matrix? How many columns?
3.
Huh?
Sir, column is 3, CM, CV, and CSD.
RM is the matrix of the original data, isn't it, my student?
Yes, sir.
In that matrix, how many columns we have?
10. Okay, sir. Okay.
So for each column, I'm computing now mean variance standard deviation. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Ah. This is what my matrix. I am repeating now. 3 division and 10 students each. I am repeating it now. RM. So this is representing ABC. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 students each. And for that, ABC का arithmetic mean, variance and standard deviation. Division. ABC का mean, variance, standard deviations are given. That is our answer. Now C answer will be for each column. देख लो. For one column, mean, variance and standard deviation. Second column and so on. So finally, matrix is same, Rn. Row wise also you can compute the measure. Column wise also you can compute the measure. Any question now? This is module 2.
Sir,
Uh,
sir, can you explain the apply function that is used here?
yes. Whenever you want to do computation for each row, the code is 1. 1 stands for row computation. If you want to do computation column wise, the code is 2 in the matrix that you have formed. Matrices always have rows and columns. So without rows and without column, there cannot be a matrix.
Sir, for column we should write CM now.
Matrix is RM, 3 by 10. So 3 rows and 10 columns. So I have done computation for 3 rows. I have done computation for 10 columns. And this is repeated in your module 3. So let us share the question paper of module 3. Instead of division, you have three regions, x1, x2, x3. And yield of the crop in the sample are the data. Deviation for each region. The matrix, either you can have a row matrix or column matrix. This is the data. Oh, sorry. So that I will be leaving for you to work. 5 minutes I will give you. First you work, then I will show you. Come on. Everybody should work now. In module 3, first question is similar to that of last question of module 2. I have explained, so everybody should work. Then I can share my answer with you. I will give 5 to 10 minutes.
So for computation in the column way, shouldn't we do C bind?
That you do for question number 1 in module 3.
So sir, why didn't we do that when we did in module 2 of question 4?
Oh, मैडम एक मैट्रिक्स इज RM. वो मैट्रिक्स को 3 रोज है, 10 कॉलम है. वो मैट्रिक्स पर रो का अरिथमेटिक मीन स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन, कॉलम का अरिथमेटिक मीन वेरिएंस स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन लिया है. मेरा मैट्रिक्स है RM.
Yes sir.
If I use C bind, it will come A, B, C as my column and students will be my rows. आप लिख कर देखो ए बुक पर.
अच्छा, ओके सर.
So all of you should start now.
Question number 2 of module 3, right?
First one, region का data.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Everybody should work. Everyone has to work. Everybody has to work. I'm sharing my answer. How many of you got these answers?
Yes, sir. This is the answer.
Yes, I got
Brilliant,
it.
sir.
Yes,
It's got the same answer.
So it's a repetition.
Yes, sir.
It is a repetition. Same thing I can do in MC. Instead of MR, I can use MC. Same answer I will get. That I'm leaving for you. That I'm leaving for you. Now, actually we have to do completion of our correlation regression. So we have done computational work. So the next question we have done in the class was correlation regression, question number 2. Weight of the football player is Y. Height of the football player is X. I have plotted the data and I got a very good graph, positive correlation. How many of you remember?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the graph shows first was negative correlation, shopping center and customers. But this is positive correlation. I have plotted the mean and mean for the data. And the points are well defined in the second and the third quadrant. This is positive correlation. How much is the correlation? I computed correlation coefficient. Very high positive correlation, 0.944224. Very, very high correlation. That means as X increases, higher the confident, as X increases, higher the confident, Y also increase. And this complete discussion is a straight line. Regression. B0 plus B1 into X plus epsilon E. Who can explain me the model B0 B1 X plus E? Come on. Who will explain? Who can explain B0 plus B1 X plus E?
So B0 is the intercept term,
Yes.
B1 is the slope term, and E is the residual or the deviation between the actual Y values and the estimated Y values.
Perfect. What is your name?
Sneha. Sanitha.
Oh, okay. Anyone else? Very good. Which means if I join the points, they are not line. But if I draw a hypothetical line, points are either above line, below line. This is called a regression with tolerable error E. I computed B1 and B0. I computed B0 and B1 and I got the error also. So how many values are below the line? How many data values are below the line? Error is Y minus Y estimate.
6 data points are below the line.
Yes. How many?
6 data points.
Correct. How many lines are above?
The remaining 4.
Do we have any points on the line?
No, sir. No, sir.
No. Can I find this average?
Yes, sir, you can if you want.
If I add up, I will not get the correct average.
Hence, we should either square it or take a modulus.
That is what we call standard error. Very good. Error is positive or negative. So average error I cannot find out. So I will square it and then derive a formula that is called standard error. This is what we have done till last class. I have correlation value. I have slope and intercept. I have error component from that. And I have standard error. So standard error is a value for E. So now I will be completing last question, question number 4. First, let me share you the question number 4. A group of 50 individuals has been surveyed on the number of hours devoted each day to sleeping and watching TV. The responses are given below. Sleeping time X, hours watching television Y. 3 students have 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4. 16 student has 7, 3, 7, 3, 7, 3, 7, 3. 20 students have 8, 3, 8, 3, 8, 3. 10 students have 9, 2, 9, 2, 9, 2. And 1 student has 10 and 1. This is the data, not given like earlier question. Not given like earlier question. So this is grouped data for 2 variables X and Y. Here, I have given the steps for computation. So how many of you, any question on the data nature? Anybody?
Sir, it's not a very efficient way of arranging the data.
It is the?
It's not a very efficient way of arranging the data, sir.
But grouping the data.
Yes, sir, for grouping the data, sir.
6, 4 is repeated how many times?
3 times, sir.
7 and 3 repeated how many times?
16.
8 and 3 how many times?
20.
9 and 2?
10 and 1.
10 and 1?
1.
So if I rewrite the data like earlier, how many times I have to write the data? 50 times. Yes. So instead of writing individually, they have given it a grouped form. So let us compute it now. X denotes 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Y denote 4, 3, 3, 2, 1. Plot the graph. How many points are on the graph? Anyone?
5.
50.
My request is when will you get like this?
50 values are on the graph. Why? Why?
Because each of those points represents multiple data points.
So each circle is repeated. 6 and 4 is repeated how many times? Left top point, how many times?
3 times.
7 and 3, how many times?
16. 16.
8 and 3.
20 times.
9 and 2.
10 times.
10 and 1.
1.
So this is scatter plot. Indirectly 50 values are there.
Sir, but the computer does not know this yet. Only we know this because we've only entered y and x plot, right? So the computer has no data regarding the frequency yet.
But when I plotted x and y, the classes are 2, 4, 5 classes, 5 frequencies. So each class has a frequency 1 point. Clear?
Yes, sir, but I mean,
but ask.
Yeah, but my main thing is later on, if we want to move ahead with this graph somewhere, then we would also like to know that this graph actually contains all the frequencies for each place.
It is understood, na? It is understood. It is understood. Frequencies are repeated. So I will find out the arithmetic mean group mx, group my, group variance, group y, group covariance. Formula already there on your handout. Already we have done in module 1 as well as in module 2. And then get the output. These are the mean, variance and covariance. And grouped correlation formula also I gave you. Group correlation coefficient, intercept, slope. Negative correlation, very high negative correlation. Error term. 3 are below the line and 2 are above the line. And standard error. Finished. So this is grouped data correlation. This is grouped data correlation. Even I can plot the arithmetic mean also on the graph. AB line, AB line, vertical, that is x-axis, that is equal to mean of x. AB line, horizontal equal to GMY. Colors also you can choose. So this is not new. Data appears in a different form. Data that appears in a different form. Hence, in module 3, we have done all the questions. Module 2, I repeated. Module 1 also I repeated. When I speak about module 1 and 2, 3, I have done nothing new. I have done nothing new other than computational work. 82 students are present now. I am going to ask certain questions. None of you should leave the session. Repeat, module 1, module 2, and module 3, I have done nothing other than computational work. Either data typed or matrix form, correlation, regression to data. And throughout my schedule, I have shown to you how to read the data from file. So whether you got late admission or not, everybody has to up-to-date module 1, 2, 3 before our Thursday class. Okay, let me ask some questions. Session is not over.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, will you please open the module 3 once again?
Module 3?
Yes, sir.
What do you want?
I think in algorithm I'm making some mistakes. Just I want to match.
You want R?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. R.
Yes, here.
Okay, got it, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, could you please show question number 1 once? The same module.
Question number 1 last time I have done. I have done from second one.
Sir, the fertilizer one.
Yeah, that is what I have done. See? Algorithm.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Sir, could you please open module 2, the Word file? So, sir, under here, if you see question 5, the last 3 lines of the question, I'm not clear on those as to what they mean. This RV upon RSD and all. What exactly do the, like, you know, what exactly do they mean?
No. It is either you compute variance or standard deviation. It is not by, either or.
Okay. That's also because I'm trying to understand what this is since morning. I'm not able to understand.
Now understood?
Yeah, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Abhishek Gautam. Everybody should and party. 2 students have left now. Now the number is 80. I have noted their names. Remember, we are recording the session. If the students are leaving, make them absent for the session. Don't put you in trouble at the end when your grade is decided. Abhishek Gautam. Okay. Akshat Sen.
Yes, sir.
So have you updated everything?
Yes, sir. I was following the lecture.
You are following all the computational steps?
Yes, sir.
No problem?
No problem whatsoever, sir.
Okay. Anuj Srivastava. Anuj?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you were present last day?
Yes, sir.
Do you follow all the revision work?
Sir, only module 3 I will not.
So you have to repeat it.
What, sir?
Huh?
Hello.
Yes, ask.
Module 3, sir.
Yes, what is your doubt?
In matrix, sir.
In matrix?
RM matrix.
Yes.
RM matrix, sir.
Yeah, what is the doubt there?
Sir, in column, you use RM.
Whenever
Yes.
we say matrix, there are rows and columns, isn't it?
Oh.
So my row matrix, there will be regions, R1, R2, R3.
Okay, okay, sir.
Columns are plots, 10 plots.
Okay, sir.
So I have computation either rows or columns.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yes, ask.
Sir, if we interchange the value from 1 to 2, like if we write like r bind bracket start, then x comma 1 comma, then mean. Then it calculates the mean of the data of the row. But if we write like r bind x comma 2 comma mean, then it will calculate the value in the column way of the
Apply
of the data of
function
the.
tells you to compute the measure. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Apply is a function that compute the measure. If I use 1, it will give the answer for the row. If I use 2, it will give the answer for the column. Shubham, clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if I compute mean, then variance, then standard deviation, all together, answer also I am making in a matrix form. That's all.
Sir, 1 is for row and 2 is for column, right?
Yes.
Okay, sir, because I think I interchanged, that is why I was getting wrong answer. Thank you, sir.
Note down all these things on the notebook also.
Yes, sir.
Shubham, clear now?
Yes, sir. It is totally clear, sir.
So after the session, repeat it at home.
Sir, I already did, sir.
Good, good. Who was the 2 students disconnected at the time of question answer session? Now they came. Who are they?
I think me, sir, Mohit Mishra.
Now the number has come back. Okay, good. So,
sir, I had to
ask.
Sir, if we save the console by mistakenly, if we save the console's workspace, then if we enter the value of the variable, how to remove that value of the variable again?
Don't do that. Go to the editor, highlight it and run. Finished. Console, nothing to do. Go to your editor, highlight it and run.
Sir, I have saved the console's workspace by mistakenly, but now if I type...
Doesn't matter. Main objective is editor. Editor, if you saved, it is always there. That is the one we are opening later on our studio. Console is a framework to get output. That's all.
Okay, sir. I'll get it done. Okay.
Any other question?
Sir, if the data is given like 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3,
Yes, please.
like that, sir, then if we use the table command, then it tells us the frequency of the data, na, sir?
Yes. Yes. The frequency of the numerical data or frequency of the string data?
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Any other question?
Sir, can you please show the string as Shubham was saying? I did not understand that command. Can you please just for one moment show the code?
Number, write the string in double quotation in your typing and go for table for the variable. Finished.
Okay, so we have to put table and lower than sign minus table and put the number.
That's all.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Nothing else. Type the string in quotation and then table for the variable. Is the reason I said to you, table is simply grouping of the data. Table is simply tells you the frequency of the data, and the data can be either numerical data or the string data. Simran Ahuja?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear all the revision work today?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Very good. Enough. No more discussion now. Now, from next class onwards, we are going to higher level. What is that level? In the next class onwards, we are going for higher level.
I guess probability distribution.
Probability distribution. Probability distribution is the work that we are going to start. So, let me give some hint. In all this module 1, 2, 3, you are doing the computation on sample data. How good is the analysis? You don't know. How to verify your sample analysis is better for the larger data? We don't know. So to test the validity of analysis based on sample, to test the reliability of the output based on sample, you have to introduce the term called probability. Probability is a number. That is always between 0 to 1. Tossing of a coin. Either you will get the output H or T. So, probability is not 0, not 1, maybe 1/2 if the coin is unbiased. I choose a roll number. But the roll number may be either for a male or female after the selection. customer coming to the restaurant either prefer tea or coffee. This way, wherever you are not sure about the outcome of the experiment, but you are sure about the entire outcomes, probability helps you. Which outcome very often comes, which are rare outcomes, and so on. Wherever the experiment is random in the sense output you are not definite. Output you are not definite. There, probability helps you to see which outcome possible. Such experiment is called a random experiment. Neil there?
Yes, sir.
Did you see the picture Sholay, Amitabh Bachchan, Dharmendra?
A very long time ago, sir.
Huh?
Sir, is 10 years ago, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
In that, Viru plays with a coin.
Yes, and it has two heads.
So is it a random coin?
No, sir. You know the outcome is going to be heads.
Correct. So whenever we speak about the output, if you are definite, no need of statistics. If you are not definite about the output, you want to know the chance of getting the output, we are dealing with probability. We are dealing with probability. When you are dealing with probability will tell you how likely your result become in the research. If the probability is near to 1, you are confident of getting a good result in the research. If the probability is near to 0, you have to modify your research methodology. Because in every project, every survey work, every research area, available information is only sample. But how much belief you can have on the sample, we don't know. So if you associate probability of validity of your output, you will get a belief and you can explain the listeners with confidence what you did. If the probability of your analysis better is near to 0, you have to modify the research. That is the reason to get a PhD degree sincerely, it takes years. You are interacting with the guide is giving you suggestion, you are working with it, and so on. But once you understood the methodology of research, don't turn back. Future is well clear. We are not getting good analysts because they are not put effort of understanding statistical analysis. You will see now. When I will be starting the next module, slowly the difficulty arises. You require a logical thinking, you require a mathematical thinking. All together we have to synchronize to get a better understanding of statistical analysis.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Sir, it's a bit vague, but how exactly is R different from Excel? Because up till now, everything that we have done can be done in Excel also. And yes. Excel's UI is also very much, it's more user-friendly when compared to R.
Yes.
So how does R have an advantage, or how is R different from Excel?
Yes. When you are doing test of hypothesis, Excel will not help you. For example, statistical testing on chi-square test, two-way ANOVA technique, factor analysis. Excel never helps you. Excel has a limitation. Excel will give you for stepwise computation. In R, every analysis we can do. In short, you will see now. Even I have showed to you last time, correlation regression, complete analysis ready just by LM function. Remember?
Yes, sir.
In the last session, correlation regression I have shown to you simply by LM function. But along with the output, you are getting plenty other numbers. That is what we are going to reach. How to derive the result is a good result or a poor result. Of course, Excel will help you for operation research. I am doing that also for you. So I want to say now the time has come. Computation will be done by the package, but report writing who will do? Our package will do every computation, but output, analysis, report, who will write? Yes, the one who knows complete statistical work. One question to you. Let us see who will answer. All of you listen, participate. If there is a doubt, you can stop. Pratik Maheshwari.
Yes, sir.
You have attended all the classes?
Yes, sir.
You have attended all the classes?
Yes, sir.
What is the probability that I will be get engaged?
Hello?
What is the probability that I will be taking the class on Thursday?
So 1 by half.
1 by half. Is that answer given by Pratik is correct? Anybody?
So it would be half, not 1 by half. That would be 2.
That is what he says. He says
1 by
correct
5.
answer.
1 by 5.
Somebody say 1 by 5.
Sir,
It depends on your timetable and then depends
I
on
am assuming 5 days are working, Monday to Friday. So I'm assuming making that assumption
We don't
explicitly.
have the class every day, na. If we are talking about a particular
conditional
event
probability
and a particular day, so we
What
should
is the
only
probability
consider.
that I will be taking the class on Thursday?
Yeah, you specified it, sir. So it would be 0.5.
No.
1 by 2.
1, sir.
Who said 1? Who said it is 1? No answer.
Me, sir.
Basically, we would use conditional probability in this case, depending on the lectures we already
No,
have.
sir, probability will be 1 because
Right.
you will
Whatever you have
already take class on
experienced my sessions, based on this past experience, you can judge that higher the probability I will be taking the class on Thursday because I never missed your class. When I started the class on November 23, till now regularly I'm meeting you. So that experience of taking the class tells you, sir, probability you will engage on Thursday will be very high. Preferably, it is 1. If you say 1/2, that means you made an error. That is, sometimes I may come, sometimes I may not come.
So we have to take in the all other conditions also, na. There might be an emergency and everything, so we can't say it's 1 that you'll definitely take a class.
My question is, what is the probability I will get engaged to the class? Which means, ITCA meaning remaining all internet. Now you are talking about internet connection, this connection, that connection, etc., etc. Suppose if it is classroom, then
So there also might be an emergency for you or something might have happened.
that is what the language I say. Higher the probability, sir will take the class on Thursday.
Yes, yes.
And I put a comma, possibly it is 1.
Tending towards 1.
Yes. So the probability tells you, higher the probability you will get a confident on your analysis. Smaller the probability you have to modify your research methodology. But how to decide it? Yes, you have to put good effort of understanding probability. Now it is time come. It is not simply computation. You have to speak on numbers. Probability is simply a number between 0 to 1. Never possible 0, never 1. So higher the probability tending towards 1, you are confident of the output. Tending to 0, you have to modify your research attitude. Every day news comes. Probability that a COVID patient will be survived is 0.95. That number was not initially.
Yes, sir.
Throughout the months of treatment, they got year-wise complications and everything and got a probability to derive and say, yes, higher the probability if you go to the doctor immediately, you will be get cured. So that stage we have to come. That is the work we are going to start. Soon you will get module 4. But Thursday class, no module 4, only probability. Some introduction. Very first handout you have to come.
Okay, sir.
Very first, a booklet of about 20-25 pages are there. I will show you now. Very first handout I will show you, that also you have to go through. This handout. Lot many things are there in the handout. About 16 pages are there. All the formulae which I gave on the handout is also there. See, normal distribution. See, testing of hypothesis. All these are going to happen now from module 4 onwards. See the title of the handout. You have to meet Swati madam and say, very first handout which I have mailed before the session started. Please note down the title on your notebook and tell her. Business Statistics with our package on online teaching. Business Statistics with our package on online teaching. Semester 1. And after that only I mailed you module 1, 2, 3.
Sir, we have received this.
Yeah. The late admission students also there. They have to. So don't miss the opportunity. Now, lastly, in this month you will be having class test 1. Take it seriously from test 1. Get good marks in all the 3 tests. We are choosing best 2. So don't lose any marks. Okay. So,
Sir, how will that test be? Like from module 1 and module
MCQ.
2?
The class test also will be MCQ based on module 1 and 2. It is based on module 1 and 2.
Sir, will it be in this week or in the next week?
No, that the calendar देख लेना. Calendar में है. Mr. Rahul Ghosh.
It's after 21st.
Yes, sir.
Rahul Ghosh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, your voice is breaking.
Connection problem, sir. Sorry.
Varun Bajaj. Varun Bajaj. Varun Bajaj. Akash Singh.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Do you understood now what actually we are going to start from next session?
Yes, sir. Probability.
Yeah. Tentatively, what do you follow from the term probability? Yes. Actually, why do we have to introduce probability? Okay, read the book, prepare and come. Check the handout number 1.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Sir, are we going to do basic probability or also the probability distribution like binomial
Probability and
Poisson?
probability distribution.
Okay, sir. So up to normal or if distribution?
Everything. Normal, chi-square, T. Radhika Mittal.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me why do we want to learn probability?
Yes, sir. As we all know that there are many certain random variables
Yes.
in our, so we need to know the outcome, the probability of the outcome.
Yes.
If we get around 1, we will say that yes, we have done our model well. But if our probability is near 0, then we have to modify our research.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Aishi Rohadgi.
Yes, sir.
May I know your understanding on probability?
So we study probability so as to know how uncertain or certain the event is.
Very good.
How likely it is to happen, the event.
Can you give an example?
So, for example, if we toss a coin, the normal example, then if it's a unbiased coin, then the probability of heads or tail will be half. But
Yes.
if it's a biased coin, then the probability depends how biased the coin is.
Very good.
Thank you, sir.
Very good.
I have one doubt.
Rahul Giri. Yes,
Sir, I
yes.
have one doubt. Sir, Mihir here. Sir, can we say the probability is the science of attaching mathematical values to prediction?
Yes. Yes. It is. It is. It is definitely a number associated to decision making. Based on the number only, you can decide about to go further or stop. Rahul Giri.
Yes, sir.
What is your understanding of probability?
So probability basically help us to determine likelihood of an outcome to happen. So as all my peers also mentioned, so we can actually predict the certainty and uncertainty of an event, and based on those understanding of the event, we can make our model our we can do prediction based on those things.
Other than coin, die, etc., can you give an example where you come across probability helps you?
Sir, basically if it would be raining or not. So if I should be taking a bus or should I be taking my cycle. So that would be another example of probability. Forecast.
So
weather
in which
forecast.
month probability is high that you will take the umbrella?
Sir, in I'm not sure, June, July. I think those season would be.
Then probability is high means what then?
That means that I'll be, because we know from weather forecast that June is rainy season, that month. So I'd prefer to take a umbrella more often.
Okay. Okay.
So I have one example to share.
Yes.
Which I found it in real life quite recently, is
Yes.
the COVID positive testing, the false positive or false negative testing from the labs.
Yes.
Private labs, there the probability of on the government labs, there the probability of getting a positive test is very less, whereas we go to a private lab, the probability of testing positive goes very high.
Yes. This probability but depend on how many has gone for testing.
Yes, yes. This time of we can see the probability used in real life.
Yes. 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 When I taught this course in Symbiosis last semester, their experimental learning project was on COVID. Wonderful work they have done. data collection from the existing files and do all sorts of statistical work. Just like Cherry Chabra has explained, positive result, negative result depends on how clearly the test will be done in which lab. And that also depends on how many has gone for testing. Very good. Very, very good. I hope then the class will follow better understanding of probability when I start on Thursday. No more revision of module 1, 2, 3. Don't ask me anything when I start probability from Thursday. Now, you have any other question? You can ask, only 5 minutes left.
Sir, would you recommend anything to read prior to starting the lecture for
Obviously, why I have to recommend you? You have to have a free reading all the time. Every class I say what next I'm doing. So you have to read from Levin and Rubin or listen Pat Obika video on probability. If you want to develop a good career later on, you have to put an effort at this age now. When the faculty gives you so much, you have to accept it by both the hand and respond well. Yes, any other question?
Sir, could you please provide us with your email ID?
Yes, please.
Could you please provide us your mail ID?
My mail ID.
Yes,
but
sir.
office says don't give them. What to do now? Office says don't give them. Let them contact office.
Oh, okay, because every professor provides us their mail ID.
Yeah. Any other questions related to academic? Yes, please. No question. Okay. So, I hope you can definitely do revision of module 1, 2, 3. As Mihir Sakrikar told, have a pre-reading or pre-listening of probability. Prepare and come. Till you understand probability, I will not start module 4. And to understand this, you have to come prepared with the first handout. Some examples also I will be doing on the line. Question answer session will be there. And after understanding best way the probability number, we can go for our module 4. Okay. So see you on Thursday class. Have a good evening.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.